Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow AdrianCollegeTV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Welcome to the Marilat Sports and Fitness Center on the campus of Adrian College. Tonight, the Bulldogs look to build on a two-game win streak as they host the Wilmington College Quakers. It's NCAA D3 basketball right here on ACTV. And we welcome you alongside here at the Marilats, Sean Whitmer and myself, Josh Mitchell, as Adrian prepares to start a 5-game homestand over the winter break, which will carry over into MIAA conference action as we turn the calendar. Sean, an important stretch of the season for Adrian as we near conference play.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs are really going to have to use these games to figure out what they want to do going into conference play, as while all these games count, it's essentially a preseason and a prelude for what you expect to see before MIAA action starts. That's when things really matter. That's when you see teams that you've been seeing for every single year. That's when everything picks up in intensity, and we will see what this Bulldogs team wants to do going into that.
For Adrian, they come in having a 3-5 record. They've hung in a few of their games, but have dropped 5 in a row before having won the last 2. One of the big things for this Adrian team has been the turnovers. You had a season-high 18 times they turned the ball over on their last game that they played out at Concordia University, Chicago. Going to be a big key for them here tonight.
Yeah, they had a lot of turnovers in that contest. However, they were still able to come out with the win. As you mentioned earlier, they won 92-81. So while they turned the ball over as much as they did, they were still successful in the long run. the big portion of that comes to the fact that they are averaging a -2 turnover margin at this point in the season. That's with the 18 that they had last game. However, that's not something you want to see if you're this Bulldogs team. You need to control the ball. That is how you're going to see offensive success throughout the game.
And they're taking on the Wilmington College Quakers, coming into town, scoring over 83 points per game. They're led by their senior number 6, Dominic Farley, scoring over 17 points per game. Really the centerpiece for this Quaker attack.
Yeah, and I think the Quakers are going to come out and they're going to try to get everything working in their favor as much as possible. Try to capitalize on a lot of those turnovers we mentioned with the Bulldogs. That's going to create some opportunities for them. They, on the other hand, their turnover margin about 6 positive over their opponents throughout this season so far. They're going to want to build on that today and hope that they can create as many turnovers as possible while limiting them on their own end.
For Adrian, it's a pretty balanced attack overall. Seth Logan leading them in terms of shooting quantity, but the player really to watch is number 0, Darius Welch, as he's leading them in a lot of their overall efficiency categories.
Yeah, Darius Welch comes in about 1 point under Seth Logan in points per game. However, he's averaging just under 7 rebounds per game. He has 17 assists coming into this, 15 steals, 7 blocks. His shooting efficiencies, as you mentioned, 50% from the field, 52 from 3, and 70 from the line. If you're going to be nitpicky, you could say you want the free throw percentage to get increased a little bit there, but when you're shooting as efficiently as you are from the field and the three-point line, you can live with everything else.
So often, a lot of these games come down to that three-point shooting. Adrian shooting 33% from beyond the arc, Wilmington shooting 28%. So as far as percentage goes, Adrian has the lead there. We'll see if they're able to knock down some of those long-range shots here tonight.
Yeah, and as far as team shooting goes, the Bulldogs lead in every category. Field goal percentage, they lead by about 3%. Free throw percentage, they lead by about 4%. You already talked about the three-point percentage. If the Bulldogs can be more efficient than the Quakers, despite the turnovers, I think we could see the same thing we've seen in their last contest when they played Concordia University Chicago.
For the Quakers, the thing to note is a little bit of a height mismatch, perhaps. Wilmington has some really tall players that are going to be out there, but Adrian maybe a little bit deeper in terms of the number of players they got with kind of that height down low.
Yeah, Adrian has quite a few players at about 6'7". Everybody else on the Wilmington team, they have one 7-foot player who hasn't had a big impact on the season quite yet, still a young player at only a sophomore. Then they have one 6'7" player. Everybody else is 6'4" or under. If you're the Bulldogs, you want to utilize the amount of guys you have at that height to really get them rolling to the rack and force Otto Cipollone into this game to cause that height mismatch you're alluding to.
Getting set for men's basketball here at the Marilat as Adrian College getting set to take on Wilmington College Quakers, a pair of 3 and 5 teams, and a pair of teams that have not played here at the Marilat since back in the 90s. Only 3 times all time have these two programs met. Last year they met up down at Wilmington, a game that Adrian College came out on top in that contest. And really two evenly matched teams on paper here, Sean.
Yeah, looking at it before the game, I noted that the teams are very much neck and neck in a lot of statistical categories. The one thing that they don't fit in tight with is that turnover margin we mentioned. About an 8-point discrepancy in that margin. That could be the storyline of this game. It could also turn into a we're making more shots than you are situation. If that's what this game becomes, it leads heavily in favor to the Bulldogs.
Do you expect this to be a kind of game, Sean, where we're going to see more of a run back and forth type game, or is this going to be more of a half-court game, you think?
Well, you alluded to it earlier. We're in winter break right now, so all these athletes have to focus on is the game. They don't have any classes. They don't have anything else. They only have basketball to focus on. If it's going to become a foot race up and down the court, I think it's going to be a lot of fast-paced play, which could lead to a lot more turnovers or a lot of easy buckets.
We will see how it plays out. We're going to step aside. We'll be back with tip-off here from the Marilat. Adrian College and Wilmington College getting set to face off on the court. Tip-off is next here on ACTV.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Sports and Fitness Center. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer here with you as it's winter break on Adrian College's campus. These teams still going to face off, though. One of several games that Adrian College men's basketball will play over break. And with it being break, we're a little limited on our ACTV crew with everybody headed home. So Sean's going to be helping with the broadcast on the mic and running the camera as well for this contest as the starting lineups are being introduced. First for the Quakers. Again, that player to watch for them, it's going to be number 6, Dominic Farley, leading scorer by almost over 7 points for this Quakers team.
Yeah, and I think that's really going to be what they try to focus on throughout this game is getting the ball to their number one playmaker and really letting him make things happen around himself.
For Adrian, the players are being introduced by the great press announcer and voice of Adrian College football, Ian Went, here at the Marilat. Couple of players to watch for Adrian College. It's going to be Seth Logan. He's really the shooter, takes a bulk of the shot opportunities. The other player right up there with him in terms of scoring is number 0, Darius Welch. He's going to be a big player to watch here this afternoon. 6'7", his height. So we'll, as we talked about in the open, little bit of a height mismatch overall for Adrian. We'll see if they're able to utilize that advantage down low. Try and come out with a much-needed win here. Adrian, winners of 2 in a row, 3-5, the overall record. Trying to string a few wins together at home before we enter the MIAA conference action. We're ready for tip-off from the Marilat. Josh Mitchell, Sean Whitmer here with you as we are ready to tip things off. Bulldogs and Quakers right here on ACTV. Luke Roger has it to open up at the top, gives it off to Seth Logan. He tries to give it over quickly, loses a handle on it, able to get it back around is Logan. He'll have it at the top. Drive all the way down, past 3 defenders, tries to pass it back, loses it. Other direction we go. Cathey leaves it off, try to throw it down low. Gets it back out on top to Farley. Farley passes it around, down inside once again, working, able to get up a shot. No good, but a foul called.
Yeah, on the other side there, you like seeing Luke Rager really run the offense, but once Logan got the ball in his hands, he had one thing in his mind, and that was to start off the Bulldogs with an early offensive opportunity. Would have liked to see him maybe pass out of that and get a better look. I think he was definitely trying to draw the foul there, if anything.
First free throw of the game is up and good for McGirt. He is 72% free throw on the season. Get a second shot from the line. And it is good.
I think if this becomes a foul game, it really does favor the Quakers a little bit more than the Bulldogs.
That pass goes off a Quaker out of bounds. The Bulldogs maintain possession, but some full court press early here for the Quakers. Tough spot to inbound as well. Down out of the corner. He'll throw it over the top, gets it in on the far side. Around. Double team comes, able to hold on to it. We talked about the turnovers, how big a role they'll play. Pass across the top to Logan. His shot, no. Foul call. That's going to be 3 free throws for an 89% free throw shooter in Seth Logan.
Yeah, and going back to that inbound, why it's so difficult, a lot of fans might not know this. When you're inbounding after a shot, you can move your feet. When you're inbounding after a deflected ball out of bounds, you are stuck. So you can't move at all. You are just as stationary as can be.
First free throw is up and good for Seth Logan, the leading point scorer for these Bulldogs, averaging just under 14 points a game.
And this is where he's really efficient from, just under 90% on the season.
2 for 2 to open things up. Going to get one more.
Making sure everybody understands the situation. Logan being the team leader that he is.
One of very few seniors on this Adrian College roster. In quickly over the top on the far side. Thought about the 3. Changed his mind. Tries to pass him to the corner, but deflected off of Adrian's Seth Logan. So they'll inbound back under the basket. Ref trying to move him over closer to the corner. Set, toss over the top into Elijah Cathey. He leaves it off for his brother, Isaiah Cathey. He puts it in.
That's a flashy pass and a better finish there from the Cathey brothers.
Welch takes it across the top. Jump pass over, 3-pointer up. No, straight down into the arms of the Quakers. They'll take it the other way. Forward pass, a little too far. Behind the back, over into the corner. Drives down, leaves it off. Back in the corner for a 3. Off the back of the iron. Rebound given back over. Another 3. In and out. Adrian recovers. Several in and out 3-point attempts there on that possession. Adrian trying to work on the offensive ends. Moving around, leaves it off, taken away. Other direction, Farley, he'll take it all the way down, inside, stops, spins, jump pass out on top. Cathey drives in, throws it across the top for a 3. In. A pure 3 for Zach McGirt as he's shooting over 45% from beyond the arc this season. This one goes out of bounds on the far side. Adrian will have to throw it in once again.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs, just too many turnovers. That one leads to a transition 3-point opportunity. And if you're the Quakers, you're doing everything exactly as you wanted to coming into this game. Bulldogs looked like they wanted to let the 3-pointer fly from the Quakers and kind of just leave them alone on that arc. Hitting one early in the game is as important as it gets if you're Wilmington.
7-3 our score. Wilmington on top. Just over the timeline. Gets it down inside. Pass back across to the top for Logan. Logan leaves it off for Welch. Welch back to Logan on the far side. A little bit of half-court offense here from the Bulldogs. Welch with it on the top. He drives inside, bounces off the defender, gets the shot up over the rim. No. Wilmington with the recovery. Pass across, deflected by an Adrian College player in the passing lane. So that one will go out of bounds, stay on this end.
Like the active hands there in the passing lane. Getting back on defense, having those active hands, creating some pace change for the Quakers is going to help the Bulldogs.
Adrian yet to have a basket go in, though. Only the 3 free throws from Logan early. Working on the top is Kathy. He drives in, pivot step, leaves it off behind. Almost another fancy brother-to-brother pass. That one doesn't quite work out. Out of bounds on the far side. Wilmington will throw it in again, and they're going to make a substitution here. Farley's going to come out for a minute.
Haven't really seen a whole lot of action from Farley yet in this game either, which is quite surprising looking at the numbers coming in. Maybe just a slow start. Maybe the Bulldogs are keying in on him enough to cause some disruption.
Inbound pass is in. Drives down the back of the baseline. Over to Cathy. Over to his brother. Pushing and shoving, trying to penetrate in. Into the paint, leaves it off. His brother deflected, but a foul. Foul called on Jaden Smithy as he was on the defense there. Didn't like the call, but going to be a pair of free throws.
And you can tell that the Cathy brothers are getting into the paint and they're looking for the other brother crashing and slashing. It's worked so far for them to get some good looks. They've squandered one, they've gotten fouled on one, and they dunked one home. So I expect if you're the Bulldogs, you really need to start crashing in on those and cutting away those passing opportunities.
First free throw up and good as both teams remain perfect from the line so far. Fourth free throw attempt is good. Substitution in for Wilmington as Gabe Green will come on to the field. Senior for this Wilmington College roster. Adrian continuing to struggle with this full court press. Tried to throw it back in. What's the call? It's going to go to Wilmington. That one was a tight call in the back line. Wilmington with a steal as we talked about turnovers coming in. This full court press really giving Adrian some trouble. Back out on top to DeBros. DeBros leaves it off, driving all the way through, back over to the near side. Double team in, splits the double team, gets called for the travel.
With this press trap coming, you really want to see the Bulldogs get the ball to Luke Rager as fast as possible. He's their main playmaker, and he's really good with the ball in his hands.
This time they go over the top, leave it off, like you said, for Luke Rager. They get it over the front. Wide defense, bumped off the ball, gets called for the foul. Two players go diving for it on the ground, but foul called as they're really aggressive defense from Wilmington so far in this contest. Gonna throw it in on the far side, get it into Rager. Rager leaves it off for Logan. Logan back to Welch, back to Rager. Rager passed a couple of screens, sets up, leaves it off for Welch. Welch drives in, passes into Lager. Off of his hands, able to recover it though, bouncing around, one on the shot clock, goes out of bounds. And what's the call? Not sure if they called it out of bounds, Wilmington ball, or if it was a shot clock violation. Either way, it's going to be Wilmington ball as they're going to take a timeout here as, man, this has been all Wilmington Quakers. Adrian's 3 points coming only off of 3 field goals. off of a Seth Logan when he was fouled on an early three-point attempt. Besides that, Adrian barely even feels like they've gotten a shot up at the bucket so far, Sean.
Yeah, and first media timeout of the game, of course, after 16 minutes. And fortunately for the officials, they didn't have to remember to call this one as it happened at 15:59, about as close as you could get. So we'll step aside alongside the officials. We'll be back shortly. Of course, Josh Mitchell and myself, Sean Whitmer, on the call. You're watching NCAA basketball on ACTV.
To become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome back to the Marilat Sports and Fitness Center here on the campus of Adrian College. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer here with you as Adrian trails Wilmington College 9-3 here, 4 minutes into the first half of this contest, as this full court press from Wilmington has really given Adrian some struggles in the early game.
Expect a lob. 1 second on the shot clock. 1 second on the shot clock.
They're going to say he got the shot off, did Logan. Not able to get it in. Other direction we go with Wilmington. Long three from outside. Goes down. Matt DeBrose from downtown drops one in and extends the Wilmington advantage. Welsh just dribbles it off his foot out of bounds. An unforced turnover for Adrian as momentum continues to build for the Quakers.
Remember, it is college basketball, though, 30-second shot clock. For whatever reason, you see games get out of hand early, and the team trailing commonly comes back in a big way. So don't count the Bulldogs out yet, down 9.
In for Wilmington, bringing it up the court is Farley. Leading scorer on the season, hasn't been active much so far. This time he draws the defense, kicks out. Oh, man. Another three for DeBrose as he knocks it down. Other direction, quickly down inside, back out on top goes Adrian, leaves it off for Rager. Contested three off the back of the rim from Welch. Farley will take it down the far side, stops, pops, in and out. Adrian with the defensive rebound. Welch take it down inside, almost loses it again. Leaves it off for Rager, ditches it to the far corner. Circle it around the top, back to Welch, back to Rager. Good defense here from the Quakers. Around the top, in and out of the hands of the Bulldogs as not able to find the back there. Continuing to look for that first basket of the game. Just the three free throws so far. This one goes inside. Not able to knock it down. 5-on-4 the other way as the defense gets back in time. Drive back out on top for Rager. Rager slowing things down a little bit. Over to Welch. Welch with a spin inside. Height advantage, good, and one. Darius Welch adds Adrian's first basket. That height advantage inside with the 6'7" junior. Able to go over the top, get him in for the basket. Going to look to add one at the line as well. Welch at the line. Up and good. So both teams remain perfect from the free throw line to this point. Wilmington still leads 15-6. Slow things down a little bit here. Adrian with a little bit of stretch defense. Pitch it over to the corner. Yes, sir. A clean three, up and down. As we talked about the three-point shooting being a key to this game, and it has been so far. All the way the other way. A nice drive down for Rager as he scores and will have a shot at a three-point play. So Wilmington going one way. They're making three-point baskets. Adrian's going the other way. They're having to get threes the unconventional way.
Yeah, and if the Bulldogs can really start capitalizing on their free throw percentage, which they've done really good so far in this game, it's just going to be a matter of racking these up. I said comebacks happen fast and in bunches in college basketball. That's how they've done so far.
Looks like the officials are going to head to the scoreboard to check out a replay of the previous play. Not sure exactly what they're looking for, but they're going to check it out there, as this has been a game of three-pointers so far. 4 three-pointers, accounting for 12 of Wilmington's points. 2 from DeBrose and 2 from McCurgett as well.
I think they might be checking to see the vulgarness of this foul, to see maybe if it qualifies for a flagrant or a technical of any sort. I don't think it's going to go that way. However, interesting to see them using the replay monitor, which is new to this level of college basketball this season.
They take another look at it, decide no extra penalty will be assessed. So just one shot here for Rager, looking to complete the three-point play. Up and good. Whistle blows right away as Adrian will get a quick substitution. Wilmington resetting on the rebound, and Adrian not really going with an aggressive full court pressure, but stretching out just a little bit, making them use a little bit of that shot clock on their way down the court. Setting up all the way out top, almost able to poke it away there was Dallas. Instead, it's Wilmington tries to penetrate in and out of the hands of DeBrose. Other direction we go. Rager stops, leaves it off, and Adrian will reset. Drives all the way inside. Scoop layup off the back of the rim. No. Offensive rebound, back up and in. Gaira, the 6'5 junior, able to wrap around the defense with the offensive board, get that one in. Other direction, Wilmington back on top. Gets by one. Stop, pop, good. Strong move inside to extend this advantage, and the full court pressure up again. Able to beat the defense down the court momentarily as they'll wrap around inside. Dallas shot not there, but a foul called. So we'll return to the free throw line where Adrian has done the majority of their damage so far in this game.
Yeah, Bulldogs only trailing by 9, and that's where they've been picking up points, as you mentioned. They've done a good job at getting into the line, especially as of late.
At the line is Dallas. Off the back of the rim, no on his first shot attempt. Several players substitute in for Coach Mills and the Wilmington College Quakers. Dallas at the line, second free throw attempt. This one also rims out, so 0 for 2 for Dallas as Wilmington will get possession, leading by 9. Tries to penetrate in. Dallas a little too close, gets called for a quick foul.
That's where you got to really keep your hands to yourself in that situation. You can't afford to pick up a easy foul like that.
Cathy with it on top, swinging around the outside to the corner. Yes, sir! Doing their damage from outside. This time it's Jed Smith who knocks one down. Adrian goes the other way, tries to put it up quick and called for a foul. So it'll be Gyra who will head back to the line. Big shot for Jed Smith, the senior, averaging less than a point a game. Makes a big three here to extend Wilmington's advantage.
Yeah, and already having 6 fouls here in the first half if you're Wilmington. You're starting to build those fouls a little bit more than you'd like to see.
Second free throw, no. Wilmington with the 11-point advantage. They'll take it down quickly. Wilson's on the right side, inside to Caffey. He puts it up off the back of the rim, fights for the rebound. No, Dallas with it. A little bit of full court pressure, drives all the way by. Another foul called, that one on Jed Smith. And like you said, Adrian starting to rack up the fouls against this Wilmington College team.
Yeah, entering the bonus now, so if you're Wilmington, you're going to have to start getting things under control here. 7 fouls, and we're not even halfway through the first half.
For this Adrian College team, they're looking, just struggling to find where to get their points from so far in this game. Most of them have come from the free throw line.
Yeah, and I see that continuing. I mean, you just entered the bonus. You might as well keep playing with your level of aggressiveness, make them play to you, and right now, they've committed 7 fouls. At this rate, they're going to finish the first half with 14, and that's just going to continue giving you free throws. Don't slow down being aggressive. Keep being aggressive, maybe even up the intensity of how aggressive you're being with hopes that they're going to keep fouling you, and you're just going to keep cutting into this lead.
For Wilmington being led in scoring here so far with 10 points. For Zach McGirt, averaging only 6 points a game coming in. He's already got 10, including 2 3-pointers. Important player to note, though, Dominic Farley yet to get on the scoreboard. He's far and away their leading scorer on the season, and Adrian's done a good job keeping him in check so far. We'll see if that continues. These players back out on the court. It'll be Dallas now in the bonus is Adrian. So Dallas will get some free throws from the line. Knocks down that one.
They are in the 1+1, so if he would have missed that, it would have been a live ball. They would have went right back to play. Because he made it, he gets a second.
Second free throw is also good. So 2 for 2 that time for Dallas. Substitute Dallas off the court here as Wilmington will continue. Under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Down the court goes Miles. Swinging around the outside. Gets it down inside for Cathy. Once again, spins around one. Met at the top, denied, but offensive rebound up and in. Adrian College trying to get out of this half-court double team over to Welch. Welch inside, loses it, gets it back. Swinging across to the far side. Weeks drives in, foul offensive. It'll go Wilmington's direction.
Yeah, you can't get that downhill head start the way that, I believe that was Seth Logan just showing off a little bit too much aggressiveness, had that full head of steam and lowered his shoulder almost like he was trying to run through the offensive line there.
Isaiah Cathy swinging around, this time to the corner. Another 3 goes down. This one for Carson Miles as the threes continue to rain here at the Marillac. Here's a throw and they get stolen away. Wilmington ball inside. Off the rim, down with the slam. The throw in as well, you get another foul. A crazy jam off the offensive rebound for Isaiah Cathy as he goes high to throw it down.
Yeah, just a phenomenal job there by Cathy. Got so much height on the putback attempt. But Bulldogs getting back to the line, 8th foul there of the first half.
First free throw is up and good. That is Carson Lutz with that first free throw. Now with his second, again, 8 fouls on Wilmington so far, but they lead by 15. Make it 14 as the second free throw goes down. Matt DeBrose, walk it up in center. Leave it off top of the key. Over to Cathy. Cathy back to the outside. Drive inside. Shot. No shot. Going to call a foul on the floor.
Which is a big distinction here because they aren't in the bonus yet. So that foul on the floor leads to just a simple inbound pass instead of getting free throw shots the way the Bulldogs are getting on the other end.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Swing it over to the corner. Another three over the top of the rim. Rebound for Adrian. Welch the other way, all the way down. Met, blocked, but a foul.
Like I said, Bulldogs staying aggressive. That's exactly what they need to do. And they did it right there, just driving all the way in. As we take a quick look at that putback dunk earlier, just a quick shot attempt came up and off the glass. Easy putback attempt for the Quakers.
Isaiah Cathy and Elijah Cathy, the two brothers out there. They've had a few flashy plays so far in this game. Both with 4 points so far in the contest. Now Isaiah's going to come off for a little bit as Welch gets set to take his second free throw attempt. This one bounces around but goes down. So Adrian continuing to fight at the free throw line to stay in this one. Down by 12. Over to the outside. Cathy drives around. Back over to the near side. Dropping it around. Back over to the timeline on the outside. DeBrose drives in. He flips one up and in. Pretty shot from Matt DeBrose as he adds another 2. The other way goes Rager. Blows by one defender. Spin inside. Pitch back to the outside. Back to Rager. Over to the far side. Open for 3. Off the rim, no. Rebound not there. They're going to call a foul, though.
That's a crucial foul on the Bulldogs. You have 9 minutes to play. You give up one more and you put them in the bonus. And then it'll be playing bonus ball for the rest of the half, no matter who gets fouled.
A lot of fouls called so far as we are still just under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Advantage Wilmington so far. DeBrose leaves it off on top. DeBrose all the way inside, off the front of the rim. Poke it out on top. It's going to go Adrian's direction. Dallas to inbound. Leave it off on the back for Rager. Rager will bring it down the court. Set up the offense. Rager drives in. Back out on top for 3. Yes, sir! Seth Logan knocks one down. Wilmington penetrates over to the far side. Ditch it down low. Back out wide for 3. Another 3 goes down. Colin Barker gets in on the action. He knocks it down from long range.
Bulldogs are kind of giving up the 3 to the Quakers because they think they can. Quakers are proving them wrong right now.
Adrian on the outside. Rager drives all the way through. Penetrates for 2. Quakers, other direction. DeBros all on top. Leaves it off for Barker. DeBros gets knocked away from the ball, but able to get the pass over to Miles. Leaves it around for Green. Green back over to the corner to DeBros, who shoots over Dallas for a 3. No good there. Rebound, Adrian. Welch will take it down the court. He gets into the paint, puts it up off the glass. No. Offensive rebound up over the rim. No. Rebound out to Wilmington. Green takes it all the way down. Layup off the rim. No. Adrian with the rebound. Welch will take it the other direction. Almost loses it. Gets it back. Loses it again. Throws it behind his back into the corner. Nice diving save as it goes out of bounds. All the way down the court. Layup up. No. Adrian with the rebound. Down the other direction. Over to the far side. Over to Rager for 3. Yes, sir! Up and down the court we went. Finally, Adrian knocks down a 3.
And ironically, Bulldogs are the ones running. They're the ones that call the timeout there, if I heard our PA announcer correct. So not sure why you would call a timeout when you're gaining momentum the way they have been as of late, but obviously some things that needed to be adjusted. Maybe some of the sloppy play, just not what you want to see if you're the coaching staff for the Bulldogs. However, they're going to move into the rest of this first period having some fresh adjustments. 7:33 remaining in the first half.
Adrian's committed 6 turnovers to Wilmington's 2 so far in this half. The big thing is from downtown. Wilmington, 7 of 11 from outside the three-point arc, over 63%. Adrian just 2 of 7.
Yeah, it's a little bit jarring how efficient the Quakers have been from downtown, as it's not what you expect coming into this game, looking at the numbers, shooting under 30% entering, and I think that's the number the Bulldogs seen too, and they went, okay, we're just going to, we're not going to leave them completely open out there because everybody can make one in warm-ups, but we're not going to commit fully to pressing a body onto a body. I think the Bulldogs, that might be one of the big adjustments they realize they have to make now, is we have to essentially deny ball to every three-point shooter because they are hot right now and they are not slowing down.
The thing is, some of the players who are making these shots, Jed Smith averages less than a point a game. He's barely been out there this season. He's got a three-pointer made. And then alongside him is Colin Barker. Same exact scenario, but he's got a three-pointer made as well. Everybody's knocking him down right now if you are Wilmington. And still waiting to hear from the lead scorer, Dominic Farley. Yet to be heard from in this game. Hasn't been out there a lot. You wonder if he's dealing with some kind of injury. Wilmington drives in. High off the glass, no. Welch with the rebound. I'll head the other direction. Pass it over to Rager. Stop, pop shot, right in the lane, goes down. So Adrian draws back within 15. DeBros with it on top, gives it over to Cathy, steps in, but gets called for a travel. Adrian gonna need to find more stops on the defensive end if they want to come back here in this contest. Now trailing by 7, one of the closer that they've been here in a while. Rager with it, drives by one, gets by another, dishes out to the far side for Logan. Off the back of the rim, no. Off defensive rebound, in. Pass back across to DeBros. He gets inside, drives by one, off the rim, tough layup is good. Welch gives it off to Dallas as Dallas takes it over the half-court line. Under 6.5 to play here in the first half. Welch passes it out to Dallas. Dallas gets back inside. Double team comes, spins around, throws it up, not able to get his own rebound, as the other direction will go the Quakers. Cathy with it on the far side. He gets by Welsh, spins around. Oh, the reverse layup is good.
That's what I seen them doing so much in warm-ups, was bringing it to a gather and then finding a way to get the layup off.
Seth Logan with another three. Not able to make contact there, as Cathy will end up with it down the other side of the court. Loses it, gives it off, back to Cathy. Steps back beyond the three-point arc. Dallas out to challenge. Goes around the screen, out on the baseline, dumps it down low, swing it around, out on top, back over for another three. The three-point barrage continues here in the first half. Adrian will take it the other direction. Welch has it on the far side. He throws it inside, off the side of the rim. No foul called that time. Down the other way. Here's another three, off the side of the rim. Offensive rebound for the Quakers. Inside. Spins around, tries to throw it up. Good defense by Welsh. Adrian will take it the other direction. Seth Logan drives all the way in, throws one up, short. Rebound back the other way. DeBrose will take it. He drives in, leaves it off for Cathy for three. Off the back of the rim. Fighting for the rebound. Not able to get it, as Welsh will record the rebound. Dallas takes it over the half court. Drives down the right side. Loses it off his foot, it looked like. As another turnover for these Bulldogs. Welch gets over the top. Timeout called as these two teams continue to go back and forth down the court, but the three-pointers, the difference so far in the contest, will step aside. Adrian College and Wilmington College. Men's D3 basketball here on ACTV.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back to Adrian College men's basketball here on ACTV. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer here with you, and we'll remind you to stay connected with all of the action by following at AdrianCollegeTV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we've got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at AdrianCollegeTV today. Well, Sean, this has been a back and forth first half, and really it's just been the three-pointers. They've been raining down for the Quakers. Now they sit at 8 made threes in this first half, as Adrian, like you said, they're giving them the shot opportunities, daring them to make it, and, well, so far the Quakers, they've been knocking them down.
Yeah, and I think that's something the Bulldogs need to work on, is just stopping that from transpiring.
Cathy inside, up over Welch. No. Cathy with the rebound, back up and in. Strong play on the boards. Another stat we'll have to look at, as Adrian College struggling some on these defensive boards. Welch, he'll stop for a mid-range jumper. It's pure. Good shot from Welch as he gets into the action now with 6 points. Back out on top, just into the game for the first time, is Diaz. And that's over to Miles. He drives in over to Diaz for three off the side of the rim. Adrian recovers down the floor, slipping at center, recovered by Diaz. That'll be another turnover for these Bulldogs. Cathy leaves it off for Miles, who drives all the way in, goes up strong, draws the foul.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a surprising bounce there from Miles as he was trying to hit a bell above the backboard, getting up there. Got met tall, but unfortunately a little bit too much contact there, giving him some free throws.
First free throw is in. Setting up for a second. Up and good. Miles now with 4 points in the game. Adrian get quickly down the court. Over inside, back out on top. Pass not quite there. Still able to get inside. Shot no, but another foul drawn as that'll be the 10th foul against Wilmington. So maybe a positive mark for the Bulldogs to this point, that you might be able to get Wilmington into some foul trouble later in this game. First free throw is up and good.
Yeah, Bulldogs in the double bonus right now too, so that means any other foul for the rest of this half is going to send them straight to the line for two.
Which makes both. Over to Miles. He will bring it down the court. Lead off, top of the key. Penetrate in, back over to Cathy. He'll step back for a three. Yes, sir! Elijah Cathy, he gets in on the three-point action. Adrian continues to trail. Rager will take it down, leaves it off, and stepped on the out-of-bounds line, it looks like. Another unforced error for this Bulldog team, as Wilmington will take possession once again. Miles, get over on top, gets it back, drives all the way in, throws it up, no, offensive rebound, not able to corral it as Adrian will get the board, head the other direction, inside, leave it off for Lutz on the far side, back out on top, inside once again, this jumper is good. Rager with a nice floater in the lane. Adds another two. Over to Cathy now on the offensive end for Wilmington. Miles on the wraparound. Gives it off into the corner. Drives all the way through. Pass far over the head of Cathy and out of bounds. So Adrian will get possession back. Minute 22 to go here in this first half.
Well, the age-old adage is you never jump to make a pass. And right there, that's exactly what the Quakers tried to do, leading to the errant throw. I believe targeting Cathy would have had to have jumped up about 8 feet in the air to grab that ball.
Far side, inside, blocked away by Cathy. Gets it back over to the far side for Barker. Barker to Miles. Wilmington slows things down as DeBrose back on the court. Resets, gets over the far side. Stops, penetrates, pass inside. Nice move inside for two for Barker. Welch takes it down the court. Pass over tipped and out of bounds. Able to get a hand on it there defensively was Matt DeBrose. Adrian trying to cut into this deficit. 40 seconds in the half. For inside, able to get down, back out for a three. Yes, sir! Vallaneham knocks down the three. One of the few bright moments for Adrian in this half so far. Time ticking down as Miles just killing a little bit of clock, able to take this down under a second before the shot clock will expire. Now he drives around, stops, leaves it off for Kathy. 6 seconds left, spins around for a jumper off the rim, bounces around and in as the horn will sound. And a half where everything went right for Wilmington College ends with another two as they will take a 53-37 advantage into the locker room for this halftime.
Yeah, and they've done everything right. They can't miss right now. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. That shot there right before the end of the half is exactly what we've seen all game. If the ball leaves their hands, it is going to find the bottom of the net. It's just absolutely absurd how well they're playing so far.
Comes down to the three-pointers in that first half. Wilmington 9 for 16, Adrian 3 for 10. That's 56% from three-point land for Wilmington. We came in talking about how it was kind of just an okay three-point shooting team, you know, shooting under 30% from beyond the arc. And, well, it has not been that way so far in the first half. Adrian, really struggling to get those three-pointers down, to defend them. I mean, 9 three-pointers made, and a lot of them have been tough shots from the corners, deep threes as well. And it's not one guy either. There's a whole bunch of players knocking down these threes. I mean, you can highlight for sure the leading scorer so far with 13 points, who is number 13, Zach McGirt. But other than that, I mean, Kathy's got one, Miles has one, DeBrose has two, Smith has one, Barker has one. It's a whole flurry of players that before this game haven't really been producing offensively this season. They're coming in off the bench and putting in some work for this Wilmington squad.
Yeah, and I think ultimately this halftime break hurts Wilmington a lot more than it hurts the Bulldogs because, as you mentioned, it's a lot of players that haven't had a lot of success this season. You don't want them sitting down for a long period of time. You want them to ride that hot stretch. Right now, this halftime break is essentially a fire extinguisher putting them out.
Turnovers, another big thing we talked about coming into the game. Adrian has committed 9 turnovers to Wilmington's 4. And another big stat, perhaps, Adrian with only 3 assists to Wilmington's 9. That's a big disparity, especially for a team that, you know, usually is pretty adept at passing it around and getting those assists.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that the Bulldogs have realized they have to get to the line and they have to get inside. It's not been as much drive and kick. It's been a lot of just drive and float from Rager, and it's worked. He has a very clean floater when he gets into the lane. He knows how to get both feet down and get the floater off despite a taller defender being in front of him. The switch side of that is once these defenders start crashing in, Rager is a very willing and active passer. He's going to start kicking it to the corner like we've seen there late in the half, trying to find Logan for the open three.
Another big stat to look at is the second chance points, as Wilmington leads that 8-2 because they've been really strong on the offensive boards, out rebounding Adrian offensively 5-2, and out rebounding them overall 21-15. And we talked about Adrian down low on paper should have a height advantage down there and struggling to get those rebounds.
Well, height isn't everything when it comes to rebounding. At the end of the day, a lot of it is heart and it's passion for the game, trying to box out your defender, find the ball, read it off the rim. Rebounding is one of those things that a lot of people just think is the easiest part of the game, when in reality there is so much nuance that goes into rebounding the ball, especially when the ball is coming from such far away angles that it's going to take a harsh bounce and go further out than you'd expect. You have to be very adept at reading that ball off the rim.
Adrian College and Wilmington College. Wilmington with the advantage through the first half. Second half coming up here from the Marilat. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer will step aside for the halftime intermission. We'll be back with the second half right here on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker. And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back to the Maryland Sports and Fitness Center on the campus of Adrian College as the Adrian College Bulldogs trail the Wilmington College Quakers 53-37. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer in the booth as the teams are out warming up for the start of the second half. And Sean, this was a first half that really statistically was pretty much dominated by Wilmington.
Yeah, and I think what it really boils down to is the rebounds and the foul or in the turnovers, mind you. Wilmington out-rebounded the Bulldogs 21-15, but what that really comes in is the offensive glass having 5 offensive rebounds, having 3 more defensive rebounds, And in the turnover category, forcing the Bulldogs to commit 9 turnovers in this game. That includes 6 steals directly forced from the Quakers.
Yeah, and it's not just turnovers. It's 15 points off turnovers to Adrian's 2. And turning those turnovers into the offensive points, that's really been big for Wilmington. We'll have to see as well how the three-point shooting continues, as Wilmington was lights out from downtown, shooting 56% from beyond the arc. A team that coming into tonight was shooting under 30%. They've really had an explosion from long range.
Yeah, and a lot of that boils down to the fact that they can't miss right now. Everything that they throw towards the rim is going in. That's problematic if you're the Bulldogs, but at the end of the day, it's something you can live with long term because no team stays that hot for an entire 40 minutes of play.
Adrian College and Wilmington College, a pair of 3 and 5 teams. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer here with you as the two teams prepare to take the court for this second half. Adrian College over the winter break, they'll be playing 5 consecutive home games leading into their conference schedule. So this is the first of that home stand. Trying to come out on the right side of this one. Got some work to do. Trailing the Quakers by 16 to start the second half. Players retake the floor as Adrian College going to look to find some life in the second half. Stiffen up on the defense and generate some offense as well. We are underway and a foul called away from the ball. Early foul against Adrian. That one goes against Jaden Smith.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how long Darius Welch goes without a breather. He played all 20 minutes there in the first half.
Inside, spins around, Welch with the defense. Now they kick it out to Cathy for 3, and the barrage continues for Wilmington. Over to the top. Starters back in for Adrian. Down low, nice pass. Inside for Schlink as he adds one. Here's another long 3. Off the rim, no. Welch with the rebound.
That's just a heat check right there.
Pump fake, got the defender in the air. Back to the corner for 3. Off the back of the rim. High in the air, and it'll stay on this end for Adrian College with 19 on the shot clock.
Just a heat check 3 on the other side for the Quakers is what causes them to miss there.
Rager with possession, out on top, over to the far side for Logan, in and out. Rebound not able to corral, so Wilmington will take it the other way. Leave off for Cathy, jab step, stops, drives, flips towards the rim, off the rim, no, it'll stay on this end. The two Cathy brothers both out there, they've shared time on the court throughout this game, both with some spectacular individual plays and both doing their work on the scoreboard as well. Elijah now with 14 points to lead all scorers in the game. Working on the far side again is Elijah Cathy. Throws it over to the top to DeBrose. He tries to pass it over. Not sure if he got tipped or just slipped out of his fingers, but either way, it goes out of bounds. Adrian's ball.
Looked like it slipped out of his hands. On the defensive side, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Smiley, just sitting in the chair and stopping everything in front of him.
Far side, pass it down low once again. Lets one player go by, tries to put it back up, but Isaiah Cathy there for the deflection stops that one. It's around the top, leaves it off for Miles. Gets inside, working on Logan. Puts up a shot off the rim, no. Rebound for Adrian, as this has been a strong start to the second half for the Bulldogs. Send up on top. Rager drives all the way in. Gets by 2 defenders and lays it in for a deuce. DeBrose walks it up the court. Swings it around. The Cathy brothers pass it back and forth. And a steal for Welch. Puts it back on the ground. Stolen back around by Cathy. He leaves it around for 2. And a timeout called right off of it by Coach Mills for Wilmington.
Yeah, that's just some sloppy play there for the Bulldogs. They seen the ball go in their favor as far as the turnover, and they tried to get out running in transition. But what it ultimately ended up leading to was another turnover from Welch and an easy bucket for the Quakers.
Adrian College will invite you to, if you're ready to explore your Adrian College future, remind you Scholarship Day. Let's admitted students tour campus, meet faculty, and earn a renewable scholarship. You can register now at adrian.edu/admissions/visit-campus/scholarship day. Several upcoming dates available there. Next one coming up out in January. Great opportunity to get to the Adrian College campus. If you're looking at attending Adrian College, teams retake the court as Adrian continuing to struggle with the turnovers, but on the defensive end, they've done a little bit better here to start off this half. Sean?
Yeah, they've picked up the intensity defensively for sure. The issue is that they're giving up points off turnovers the same way they have been. That's going to lead to you being unable to cut into this deficit.
Throws one all the way down, trying to get out quickly. Slips out of their hand. No, going to say it was poked out by Cathy on his way by, so Adrian will maintain possession. High pass over to Welch. Able to get it in, though. Welch will drive all the way down past 2 defenders. No. Offensive rebound up in. No. Offensive rebound again goes out of bounds. It'll stay Adrian's ball. Good effort on the glass there for Jaden Smithy.
Yeah, it's great effort by Smiley. However, you want to see him convert that as having 2 opportunities at second chance points. You don't get that very often.
Welch will try a 3. Off the rim, no. Rebound, not able to be corralled that time. Adrian had a lot of opportunities with the offensive rebounds on that possession, but not able to capitalize.
They're running a pretty tall lineup right now. 3 players listed at 6'7" in the game.
Here's a tough pass inside. Tough shot as well. It goes down. Isaiah Cathy with another tough shot. Adrian will take it the other direction. Throw it over the top to Rager. Rager off the screen. Back over to Logan. His three-pointer. Yes, sir. Seth Logan doing what he can to keep Adrian in it. That's his second three-pointer of the game. DeBrose with it on top for Wilmington. Slow things down just a little bit. Gives it off to Cathy. 10 on the shot clock. Cathy to Cathy inside, who throws it down. Adrian tries to inbound. Gets it in on the attack. Stops. Trying to get over to one of the handlers. Has it poked out of his hands, rolls out of bounds, but Adrian maintains possession as Cathy to Cathy on the offensive end. It's been deadly all day. Wilmington continuing to put it on, and here's a timeout called.
It's an interesting timeout as well. It's called by the Quakers. Not quite sure why they would call a timeout in this situation, being as in control as they have been.
They lead this game 62-44, and the scoring for Wilmington, it's been pretty spread out so far. 4 players in double digits. Worth noting as well that the leading scorer coming into the game, Dominic Farley, number 6, he started the game, was out there for about a minute or so, came off at the first opportunity. We have not seen him since. Still dressed on the bench, but not playing in this one.
I wonder if it's just there's only 5 spots on the court, right? And you have all these guys playing as well as they are. You don't want to mess things up by putting more of a ball-dominant, score-first player on the court. I mean, looking at Farley's numbers coming in, he's only gotten 22 assists on the season. So he is a better passer, but he's not a pass-first player. All these players on the court right now are distributing the ball very evenly while also taking the easy looks, and it's worked.
12-5, Wilmington leads in the assist category in this game. They're up 18 on the scoreboard as well. Come back in as Adrian College will throw it in from the corner. Schlink throws it in. It's it over to Rager. Rager stops, gives it to Welch. Welch back inside, up for 2.
That's just the Bulldogs remembering that they have that height advantage inside right now.
Miles has it on top. Holding on to it. Now he gives it off. Cathy ends up with it for a deep 3. Yes, sir! The scoring continues. Other direction. Good mid-range jumper. Miles has it back the other way. Inside, kick out, another 3. Off the rim, no. Welch with the rebound this time. He tries to throw it out ahead. Didn't see the defender, it looked like. Able to keep it inbounds was Logan. Welch tries to go high, gets fouled. First foul against Wilmington so far in this half. Remember, they had 10 fouls called against them in the first half. So playing clean out there so far through the first 5 minutes of the second.
Just boils down to sometimes you got to keep your hands to yourself, and sometimes you need to foul in a game like this to really slow things down. It's a smart foul there by the Quakers, as looked like Welch was trying to maybe take the rim home with him, how aggressively he was attacking.
Welch, 3 for 3 from the line, 7 points so far. Second shot is good. So Welch remains 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Miles will take it for Wilmington the other direction. Gives it off inside on the drive. Got it and one. Green gets inside, puts it home for 2. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Yeah, that's a great job at driving inside, fighting through the contact. We talked about how good Rager is at flipping the ball up and in. However, it was Rager on the foul there as the ball got flipped in.
50-67 as Wilmington continues to pull away from Adrian, up 17. Green going to try and make that 18. So tie their largest lead of the game. And he does. Dallas to try and inbound. Still full court pressure from Wilmington, and they almost force another turnover. Not quite able to get to it as Adrian will be forced to throw it in again.
And it looks like we're going to have an official word here. Maybe a bench warning, as it looked like a couple of players got a little too close to Rager for the officials' liking.
Dallas throws it into Welch. He gives it back to Rager, who will take it down the court. The center line almost has it poked away. Gets it back, gives it to Welch. Welch over to Logan, back to Dallas. Steps on the out-of-bounds line. Another unforced error from the Bulldogs. Green gets it in to DeBrose. Dallas out to challenge him under his own basket, but it's back over the half-court line. Dallas gets a little aggressive going for the ball and gets called for a foul. Only the third foul against the Bulldogs in this half so far. Cathy gets it into Green. Green penetrates inside, gets it up and in. Strong play inside again from Green. Welch will try and throw it in, throws it over the head of his players, over to Barker for Wilmington. Green back with it, dancing on the top. He drives in, lets one defender go by, in, and a chance at another three-point play. Green doing it all this half.
If the Quakers are going to keep attacking this way, the Bulldogs really need to start limiting the amount of fouls they're going to have. It was just 1-1 2 minutes ago, game time. Now Bulldogs have committed 3 straight personal fouls.
Green with 7, going to try and make it 8 at the line. And he does, as Wilmington remains perfect from the free throw line, 8 for 8 as a team. This time Adrian gets it in to Rager. Rager all the way down, throws it over into the corner, spinning around, throws it up, got it to go. Tough shot on the baseline. Adrian will call a timeout.
That's a great look there for the Bulldogs. It's been Brandon Schlink really this half of play, doing everything he can for his team, allowing them to play off of him, but he's also finding the matchups he likes and just taking some tough shots, but he's getting them to fall.
Wilmington with the advantage, 73-52 our score. Just under 14 minutes to play here in this contest. Adrian College, Wilmington College on ACTV. We'll be right back.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Marilat Sports and Fitness Center, the campus of Adrian College. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer here with you as Wilmington has pulled ahead to their biggest advantage of the contest as they lead by 20 points, 72-52, the advantage over the hometown Adrian College Bulldogs.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs have done a good job at finding Schlink and getting him involved as of late. He's been really their only hope offensively. in these past couple minutes.
Full court press out for Adrian. Wilmington gets out of it, gets down the court. Cathy with it on the far side. Back out to DeBrose. DeBrose working against Dallas. Swings around to the top. Over to Cathy again. Cathy back to DeBrose. 4-3. Off the back of the rim, no. Dallas flies in to grab the rebound. Adrian trying to generate some offense. Dallas over to Schlitt. Off the rim, no. Welch tries to get the rebound. Pair of players collide. Two players end up on the court. Foul called.
It's a blocking foul. I didn't catch which team it was going against. Situation like that, probably lower man is going to get called for the blocking. And on a rebound like that, that's exactly what it is. Incidental contact, nothing vulgar there. However, it will still lead to the same result.
Checking with the Wilmington coach, Micah Miles, just make sure he understands what happened. Back in now with Rager. Rager penetrating in, double team comes, able to pitch it out. Back into the corner for Dallas for three. Yes, sir! Jamara Dallas knocks down a triple. As Adrian continuing to fight here in the second half. Callie, no look pass inside. No on the shot, but foul called against DeBrose as he'll head back to the line, where Wilmington is 8 for 8 as a team in this contest.
Yeah, and they've done a really great job at when they get to the line, they're finding success and they're being efficient at the spot where you should be the most efficient in your game.
Makes the first as, again, Wilmington remains 100% from the free throw line. You know, that's something especially the coaches always like to push on. Substitutes back onto the court as I'm sure at this point Coach Mills will start to stretch his bench just a little bit. That shot up in and out. So the first free throw miss, a quality announcer's jinx. As it goes to the far side, Welch maintains possession. Dallas now with it. Welch with the screen. Dallas gets inside, feeds it down low. Back over to the corner for three. Off the back of the rim, no. Hard fought and tough contact against Dallas as he goes up trying to chase down a rebound.
Mentioning the Quakers potentially going a little bit deeper into their bench, it'll be interesting to see if we start to see some Dominic Farley work his way back in. He warmed up at full speed, so I know he's healthy coming into this contest. Just not sure what the reasoning is.
Dallas drives in, gets a foul called against him. That one will go against Isaiah Cathy. Adrian will throw it back in from under the basket. Cathy gets it over. Quick three-pointer. Off the rim, no. Cathy with the rebound. Isaiah will take it down the court. Team comes out, almost pokes it away. Cathy gets it back, throws it to the corner for three. Off the rim, no. Resetting back out on top is DeBrose. Leaves it over for Cathy. He throws it back out to DeBrose. He drives in, has it taken away. Other direction, all the way down, lays it up and in. Van Lanningham for two. And the steal. Doing what they can to keep Adrian in this contest. Still trailing here in the second. Cathy will get inside, spins around, takes out a pair of Bulldogs defenders, manages to lay it in for two. Van Lanningham will take it down the court, all the way down, inside, up, off the rim, no. Cathy will take it on the far side. Elijah Way sends it back out on top to DeBrose. DeBrose just going to burn a little bit of time. Up by 19. DeBrose sidesteps, leaves it off for Miles. He tries to throw it into Cathy, but miscommunication. Cathy thought he was driving. Miles thought he was going back into the corner.
Yeah, and that's a simple play there. As you mentioned, some miscommunication, didn't know what was going on. Obviously, with the Quakers' success from three, that's what Miles thought they were trying to work in, was another deep ball opportunity. However, Cathy seen a backdoor cut and wanted to take advantage of it.
Adrian College still trailing against Wilmington College. The Quakers holding on to a 19-point advantage. We'll step aside during the timeout. We'll be right back right here on ACTV.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
Welcome back to the Marilat Sports and Fitness Center on the campus of Adrian College. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer here with you as Adrian College trails Wilmington College by a score of 76-57. And offensive explosion for Wilmington as they have continued their three-point success, now 11 for 22 from beyond the arc, a solid 50% for a team that was shooting under 30% coming into the game. Adrian offense has struggled, came in averaging over 70 points per game, down to 57 so far. Adrian back to work on the offensive end. Leaves it over for Seth Logan. Over to Dallas. Dallas takes inside, just sneaks it over the rim for two. Miles will take it the other way. He'll stop at the top, throw it over to McGirt. Dancing around on the far side is Smith. He leaves it off for Cathy. Cathy wants to isolate against Welch. He starts to drive in. Welch, a little too aggressive. Gets called for the foul.
Looked to be almost a half rip-through move by Cathy there, causing him to get that fortunate call. However, that's exactly what you get when you're playing basketball at this level, is those whistles to go your way in a situation like that.
Miles has it, top of the arch. Nice pass inside for two. An easy two for Elijah Cathy as he goes over 20 points. Now at 21 to lead all scorers in the game. Lutz will take it the other way. Throw it across to Logan. Logan gets inside, leaves it over high off the glass. No. Rebound for Wilmington. They'll take it the other way. Back over to Elijah. He spins around, drives inside, splits two defenders, throws it up, off the rim. Offensive rebound. Tip-in is good for Isaiah Cathy as the brothers continue to do work on the offensive end. Dallas now with it for Adrian. Working against Miles. Double team comes, knocks it away. Wilmington will take it the other direction. Elijah drops one defender to the floor. Defense comes. Elijah still has it on the ground, gets it over to a teammate, and somehow it squeaks around the back to Elijah Cathy for two. Wilmington gets a takeaway right away. Brother to brother, another two. As the explosion continues, Wilmington bench fired up as they come running back out onto the court.
Yeah, it's just a lot of baskets back and forth. from these two brothers as, of course, Elijah, the eldest brother, also 2 inches taller than Isaiah, but both brothers are playing phenomenally. As you see the putback little hook layup there. Just been one of those games for these two. And you have the fortuitous situation, putting it up from the perfect spot.
Yeah, just a quick throwaway from Welch. Has this not been his best game so far? Still ways to go. 8:30 on the clock as Wilmington continues to expand their advantage. Adrian, second line in the game, along with Luke Rager, the leading point scorer for Adrian so far with 14. Rager will get inside, throw it back out on top to Van Lanningham. Gets it over to Rager. Rager inside, over the defender, no, but a foul.
Yeah, just a shooting foul up on the arm there as Rager was trying to get the mid-range jumper to fall.
Luke Rager shooting over 77% from the line, the junior. That one up off the back of the rim and in. This will add his 15th point of the contest to lead Adrian College in scoring.
As Otto Cipollini has just checked into the game for the first time, the 7-foot-tall sophomore center.
Cipollini yet to score a basket on the campaign. Wilmington take it up over the top. Drive around to the far side. Tough pass all the way across behind the back over to Cipollini. Passes it back over to Cathy. Cathy tries to isolate with the height advantage. Drives in. Double team help comes. Get the deflection. Back the other way we go. Van Lanningham inside for a jumper. Up and good. Van Lanningham's made a few nice shots here today. That'll be up to 7 points for him in the contest. Green now with it. He'll drive in, pitch it out to Cathy for 3. Off the rim, no. The 7-footer up for the rebound. Cipollini with the board. Back over to Cathy. Jab step, jumper. No. Offensive rebound again. Over to Cathy. He gets inside, off the glass, and good. Elijah Cathy continues to add points to the scoreboard as a foul called as they're trying to get the inbound in.
Yeah, that was against Miles. He wrapped his arm around Rager a little bit too much, got a little bit too aggressive. Trying to prove a point, he put his arms behind his back.
Rager gets the steal to make up for it right off the inbound. Assist over to lay it in for 2 as the full court press doing work. Green with the takeaway. Drives all the way in. Misses the layup. Adrian just trying to get it over the half-court line at this point. Rager will take it in. Over to the near side for a 3. Off the rim, no. Leak out in front for Miles. Behind the back. Stop. Help comes, but the layup is good anyway. Tough shot after tough shot goes down for Wilmington as they've blown it open to a 90-point scoring game. Rager gets it now. Out on top. Penetrates inside. He'll stop for a jumper. Yes, sir. Rager doing well so far as that'll put him up to 18 points in the contest.
Rager communicating with his teammates that we're trailing by so much we have to press at this point.
Cathy with another mid-range jumper. Elijah Cathy can't miss at this point. He goes up to 27 points. Rager throws it all the way down. Tough grab up and in for Jacob Rayor. As Adrian continuing to do what they can with the second line in. Miles penetrates in, stops, throws around the outside of the rim. Cicilline not quite able to grab the rebound, but whistle sounds anyway as they'll swap out the lines. And see again that tough hook shot.
Cipolline's did a good job throughout this game so far at fighting for rebound positioning. If you're the Quakers, I think at this juncture, you're trying to get him his first basket.
Here's a three on the far side, over the top of the rim, out of bounds, not able to get the offensive rebound as Wilmington will get another possession here. Take it on the far side is DeBros. Dribbling around on the top. He pitches it over to Green in the corner. Three goes in and out. Cicilline trying to go over top for the rebound. But good effort from Jaden Smiley. And just a reminder that all ACTV broadcasts are fully student-ran. We've got myself, Josh Mitchell, Sean Whitmer, double dipping on camera and providing our analysis for the game, and the ACTV streaming coordinator, Josiah Jarrell, here directing things for us from the rafters of the Marilat. Smiley going to have the free throw attempt here. This will be his first attempt of the game. Back to the rim, no. Wilmington toss it inside to Green. Green dribbles around, out to Isaiah Cathy. Back over to Green. Green pitches it across the top to Baltazar. Baltazar throws it up off the back of the rim. Adrian with the rebound. Rager now with it. Stops around the top, over to Smiley. Smiley gives it off to Johnson. His three-pointer, no. Cathy will bring it down the court. Over to DeBros. He drives in, has it poked away. Good defensive hands for Saunders as Saunders will take it all the way down. Get inside, tries to put it up. No, but a foul called, so Saunders will head to the line. 6'3" freshman.
Bulldogs already in the bonus in this game, and the fouls have just rained down on them throughout this contest, but it hasn't mattered. As we've seen, the Quakers have been all over them.
Adrian College trails Wilmington College by a score of 92-67. 3:49 to go here in the contest. We'll step aside and be right back right here on ACTV.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Welcome back to the Marilat Sports and Fitness Center as Adrian College men's basketball trails Wilmington College to 67. These teams both came into the contest with a record of 3-5 on the campaign. Both a couple of games left before conference play. And for Adrian, you really thought open this home series on the winter break for the players. But this has been a tough outing here at the Marillac as Wilmington made the trip up and they've come ready to play. Really taking it to the Bulldogs so far in this contest.
And Wilmington's done that this season. They've traveled really well, only dropping one on the road so far through this being their 5th road contest of the year.
Saunders makes the second free throw, so Saunders gets on the board. Green will bring it down the court. Stop out on top. Working on Saunders. Saunders with another defensive play. Takes it the other direction. He stops out in front. Penetrates inside. Turns. Shoots off the rim. Good. A good play for Saunders coming in off the bench. Green will bring it back down. Saunders out. Meeting him once again. Green will get down inside. This time he drives all the way through, up and out of bounds. There to meet him inside was another freshman, Austin Burns. As Coach Tim Kraser has got a lot of his freshmen into the game here, down 22. Lob at the basket, up off the rim. No, you can see the bench for Wilmington getting up. They really wanted Cicilline to get that first bucket of the season. And instead, he gets a block on the other end. They'll go the other direction, past the other side, inside. Shot not quite there. Rebound by Adrian. Head the other direction. Burns leaves it off in the corner. Pitching off on top. Good hands. Poke away. Outlet pass, not quite there as the Bulldogs will get it back. Conley will throw it over to Lepper. Lepper will work inside, spins around, throws up a fadeaway, not quite there. Rebound by Diaz. Diaz gets it back in the corner. Throws it over on top. Stop back to Diaz. Pursley, a long three. Yes, sir. Baltazar knocks one down, and that one was from way downtown.
Big time shot there for the Quakers as the Bulldogs seemed like they were trying to swing momentum back in their favor, but Quakers put an end to it with a long three. Yeah, just inside the logo there as he let it rip.
The three-pointers just continue to fall. That's the 12th three of the game for Wilmington, the team that came in making about 7 a game. So they've almost doubled their average three-point makes up so far in this contest as the players back over to the benches for a break. We'll step aside for just a moment. I take that back. They're done with their break, so back over to the court we go. Josh Mitchell and Sean Whitmer in the booth along with you as Adrian trails this game by 25. But the young players, the freshmen into the game. Trying to see what they can do. Still a full court press on for Wilmington. Saunders brought it down the court, gets it back at the top. He'll stop, pop for a three. Off the front of the rim, no. Rebound headed the other direction. Aggressive penetration for Adrian, not able to get there. Pursley will stop with it at the top. Swing it around, back to Diaz. He'll take a long three off the front of the rim, no. corralled by Lepper. Lepper will take it all the way down. He'll penetrate inside, spins around off the glass, no. Tipped up, not quite there. Rebound for Wilmington. Stop out on top. Drive around, leaves it off for another three. Off the back of the rim, no. Diaz corrals a rebound. Swing it back around the top, over to Pursley. He'll get inside, wrap around. Acrobatic shot is good for another two. Under a minute to play here in the contest. Saunders will take it over the top. Has it poked away momentarily. Gets it back. Throws it over to Johnson. Johnson drives all the way in. His layup is good and a foul. Keyshawn Johnson will head to the free throw line. Keyshawn Johnson ready for his one free throw. 18 for 23, make it 19 for 24 from the line for Adrian in this contest. Down the other way, Saunders gets called for a quick foul as he fouls Larkin Freund. Bring the freshman, as most of the players out there on the court right now are. Players checking with the official down at the board. Make sure they had the call correct. Pops around, collected for Adrian. Onto the court for the first time is Connolly. Gets swung around to Johnson, who scores that basket as shot clocks are off here at the Merlat. Drive inside, leave it out into the corner. Dribbling around, 15 seconds left. Throws it over, gets taken away by Lepper. He has it poked away momentarily. Foul bounces out of bounds, under 6 seconds to play. As Adrian will throw it in. Lepper will dribble it out on top, and they will dribble this one out. A convincing win at Adrian for Wilmington as the Road Warriors continue their strong season so far, defeating Adrian with a score 97-75. And Sean, it was a game that was really about turnovers and threes, as so often games at this level are.
Yeah, and it was a little bit jarring how aggressive the three-point shot was for the Quakers and how efficient it was. Ultimately, we didn't expect them to hit at the rate that they did, but it felt like every single time the ball left their hands, we were expecting to add 3 to the board.
They ended up going 12 for 27, missed the last couple of shot attempts late in that second half, so it hurt the overall percentage some, but man, it was a three-point explosion, especially early. That first half, they were shooting over 60% from three.
First half,
just
56.
Almost 60% from three.
Yeah.
It was impressive what they were able to do offensively, and they forced the turnovers just like we said the Adrian couldn't do. They gave up 15 turnovers. And, 10 steals. How about that defensively? That full court press, really something Adrian's going to have to figure out how to play against the full court press moving forward, because, teams are going to see what happened here in this game, think that they can, do a similar thing with that full court press against this Adrian College offense.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just comes down to Rager has to run the show. He has to be the person that you're finding off that full court press. And if you're the Bulldogs, you need to find your second option to bring the ball up the court. you would like it to be Seth Logan, but in today's contest, Seth Logan was neutralized, and it really eliminated any offensive work that the Bulldogs could do. So maybe you need to be having Welch inbound it with Rager and then find your secondary ball handler with Rager, bring it up. That gives you 3 guys that can really handle the rock.
Rager, the only player in double digits for Adrian in this contest, as he does put up 18 points, 7 of 8 from the field, 1 3-pointer and 3 free throws. Really, it was the defensive ends, the stars for Wilmington. We came in talking about how their leading scorer by almost 10 points was Dominic Farley. He started the game, played for about 60 seconds, didn't get a shot attempt, and then he came off, did not come back in the game. Was not a perceived injury, not sure exactly what happened there, but they came in, the Cathy brothers, and they put on an absolute show. Elijah with 27, Isaiah with 14 in the final totals. But the passes, the assists, especially back and forth to each other, some spectacular dunks, as well as some strong defensive plays. Those two really put on a show here tonight.
Yeah, and the official numbers for Farley was 5 minutes played, 0 for 1 from the field. He had 1 rebound and 1 foul, as well as 1 assist. As well as a steal, I guess, in there too. So he had an impact early in the game, and I think at the end of the day, you pull a player like that in a game like this, it's less because of maybe injury concerns or anything like that. It's more because you have conference play coming up. He got some action. Let's sit him down. Let's save him for the next game. The Cathy brothers are carrying us to this win as is. We don't need to take the ball out of their hands by putting another ball-dominant player on the court.
For Adrian College, it's a tough loss as they will fall to 3-6 on the season, but they will continue their home stand, 5 home games over the winter break. They'll be back in action on the 29th when they will host Bluffton University for a contest right here at the Merrillat, and we'll have that game for you right here on ACTV. But that'll conclude our contest here this evening. Wilmington College with a dominant performance here in Adrian. They take down the Bulldogs. Final score 97-75. For Josiah Durella, director here this evening, my co-host Sean Whitmer, I'm Josh Mitchell, hoping you all have a great evening.